Well, the story goes, I mean, when I was 8 years old, my grandma came back from a cruise in Alaska and was showing us pictures, and I was just enamored with the photos of the mountains, and I told my parents from that day on that I wanted to go live in Alaska. So I literally was out skiing with my pet dog, and a team of dogs came by right at my feet. I just said, I want to do that. It hooked me immediately, you know. I mean, the power, just the feeling of the dogs pulling down the trail was just amazing. I kind of just built a small team for a couple of years and just did a lot of backcountry stuff. And it wasn't racing, it wasn't about speed, it was about loading the sled full of as much stuff as I could and get further out into the woods with the dog team. And so that was my original experiences with the dogs, was traveling and just being out in the wilderness. And I do a lot of expeditions. In March and April, after I did a rod in the Quest, I guide expeditions up in the Brooks Range in the Arctic. And I have always held on to the fact that I want dogs that can go run a 1,000-mile race, but can also go live and thrive and survive in the Arctic. And so when you look at my dogs, you can see they're bigger, they're furrier than most of your normal racing sled dogs. I live in a place that's very extreme. I have all the different conditions throughout the season. I train on all the different types of conditions that we have in the Yukon Quest. I live in a very extreme place, and that really helps me and the dogs be prepared for anything. There are very few people that live and train the way that I do. I live, eat, breathe, and sleep sled dogs. I live in the middle of nowhere. The nearest town is 150 miles away. I don't go to town. I don't socialize. I live there with the dogs. Every day is survival. I signed up for my first race, the Quest 300, and 6 teams got airlifted off of Eagle Summit in a really nasty storm, and it was where my reputation of like thriving in harsh conditions began.
All right, Mason, let's go. Wild and Free, baby!
Silver, my main man, he got me through this huge storm, pulled another musher through it, and we wanted to win our very first race, the Quest 300. And that right then was like, I want to win this. I want to go run the 1,000-mile race, and my goal is to win it.
The dogs were amazing. I mean, we just did 3 really long runs in a row, and they came in. We slowed down a little bit once we put Chulo in the sled on this last run.
For me, I don't feel like there's much of a separation. I have a huge following. And I know when I'm out on the trail, I can think, and I know right then there are thousands of people watching that little dog on that tracker, checking out the websites, I mean, I'm really have a big presence on social media. You've probably seen on Facebook and everything. I have a really large following. I post a lot of videos. I bring a lot of people into my life, a lot of people into my mushing world. Because I feel like it's really important for the sport. It's really important for me. It's how I raise money to be able to do this for sponsorship.
All right, Mason, let's go. Thank you. Thank you.
This thing gets a lot easier when they say go. Start line. You know, all the work is behind us. Then it's just the fun stuff. You know, and so it's being out on the trail with the dogs and that relationship that I get to grow. The relationship you build with them during a 1,000-mile race can't be compared to anything. I spend every second of every day with these dogs. I have 57 dogs. I spend all of my money on these dogs. I devoted my entire life to these dogs, and all I'm doing is allowing them to do what they've been bred to do. These Alaskan Huskies have been bred to run. The more positive, the more upbeat I am, the more positive, the more upbeat the dogs are. And so there are times I feel like the dogs are pumping me up, and there's times when I need to pump them up. And then there's times when we're both driving. When I passed Alan Moore out there on the trail 45 miles from the finish line, we were together like never before. I mean, those dogs sensed the energy in me. They sensed the energy from all the people and knew exactly what we were doing at that moment. And we were one and the same, and it was amazing.
Welcome home. How does it feel?
Unreal. Thanks a lot for everyone for coming out. It's overwhelming. This is for everybody. Everybody out there that's helped me throughout the years. This is for all of us. This is an amazing moment.